Panama Grammar started as a one-room schoolhouse constructed by Gulf Coast Development Company located at the corner of Park and Laverne Avenue. The first term began on February 7, 1907 and closed on June 26 with an enrollment of 33 students, 16 girls and 17 boys. The teacher was Frederica R. Payne. She came to the area during the land boom in the late 1800s and homesteaded 130 acres at Sandblast, which is now a part of Tyndall Air Force Base. Payne became known as the sailing school teacher because she would navigate her own sailboat across the bay to teach. Before the fall term in 1909, it was decided that the older students would attend school in the upper story of Ward's Hall, a two-story building at the corner of Harrison Avenue and 4th Street. In December 1911, a fire destroyed the hall, and a subscription list circulated around the town to contribute to an addition on the original school building. The addition cost $270, and W.K. Hall had the building ready to be used on January 15, 1912. Realizing they needed a bigger schoolhouse, the town started making plans. Finally, after various delays, the school was able to be built, and the Gulf Coast Development Company donated 5 acres of land. On October 12, 1914, ground was broken for the new $25,000 school at the corner of Harrison and 7th Street. On the day of the groundbreaking, 222 schoolchildren, accompanied by their teachers, and 20 or 30 other citizens gathered for the ceremony. The cornerstone laying took place on December 4, 1914, and it was quite an occasion. Students, teachers, and principals from Millville, St. Andrews, and Moortown schools attended, arriving by boat at the Tarpon Dock. They were met by the new school and the county superintendent. Meeting the Masons at 1st Street in Harrison, they started a procession to the school building site to perform the ceremony. Parties on foot, in autos, and in carriages joined in the parade, making a gathering of nearly 2,000 people. In 1988, the time capsule from the Cornerstone was opened. Inside were items such as signatures of students that attended the Cornerstone, a pocket knife, 2 glass bottles, and more. The new 3-story brick building was the first modern school building in Bay County. The basement floor was used mostly for the heating unit and bathrooms, and the other 2 floors contained 10 classrooms, an office, and an auditorium. The school was first known as Panama City High School, but children from all grades attended. It formally opened on October 4, 1915 for the fall term with 274 students. In a dedication ceremony held that day, the first principal, C.C. Mathis, introduced the 7 teachers. The first graduating class of Bay County was the class of 1918. On May 10th, 3 boys, Norman Bailey, Fort Smith, and Maxwell Wells, received their high school diplomas at Panama High School. Enrollment in the school started to increase, so a 4-room wooden structure was added in 1923, and by 1924, the school had been upgraded to have 12 classrooms, an auditorium, music room, laboratory, and modern equipment, with an enrollment of nearly 500 students. Sports weren't as organized in schools as they are today, but the students of Panama High still enjoyed playing whenever they could. Basketball and baseball teams for the school started facing other teams the first year, but Panama High did not have their first football game until November 11, 1921. It was against Walton High School of Defuniak Springs at the local field. The team played well but lost 7-6. A couple weeks later, the team traveled to Defuniak Springs for a rematch, but once again were defeated. In 1924, another football team was organized, and in 1925, under the leadership of L.L. Thompson, the team became known as the Purple Tornado, with an undefeated record for that year. The orchestra was started in 1922, and the first yearbook, The Pelican, was published in 1923. The high school also boasted of a student government association, debate team, literary society, music club, art club, and an orators club. In 1925, plans to build a high school at the corner of 12th and Harrison began. The new Bay County High School would include all high school students from Panama High and neighboring schools. The class of 1926 was the last high school class to graduate from Panama High. Graduation was held on June 4, 1926, with 33 students receiving diplomas. And after that year, the school officially became Panama Grammar School, teaching grades 1 through 8. Look for Part 2 to hear more of Panama Grammar's history.